Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and in the last part we got to meet all the students and pick our house. We're going with the Blue Lions, and in this part we will be continuing on. We'll be doing another Monastery Exploration, and then moving on to the mock battle. It'll be super duper mega awesome and all that fun stuff. Let's see, was there anything else I'm forgetting? I don't know, I don't think so. Anyway, let's jump right into it. Okay, so since we're on New Game Plus, we get bunches of benefits. You can spend your renown points to boost your professor level and get carry over other things from the previous save file. Like, for example, I can use renown points to automatically increase my support with a character that I had supported with before in the previous game, and then I also get the option to boost their weapon levels as well as my own, and I can let's see, was there one other thing? Oh yeah, they also put in items that mimic the effects of crests and essentially allow that character to operate as if they had a very minor version of that crest. It's all very handy. The items have weird names though, so I don't know which crest they correlate to, but I'm sure you can find that somewhere. I'm not really going to go into them because I don't really like to use them, but they can be broken as all get out. Yes, this is my room. I thought I heard a girl's voice, but I must be imagining things. And the DLC supplies. Your bed here is the pay-to-win couch. This is where you go to pick up the things that you bought so you can win more easily. The first set, the Sacred Items set, it has a bunch of items that are super broken stat boosters. So you get like one that boosts your character's movement by 2, boosts their strength by 3, I think, and you know, the usual completely broken shit. So yeah, and then the other one is you get for clearing the Cindered Shadows. You get the Chalice of Beginnings, the most broken accessory in the game, because it nullifies any effective damage the unit might take and allows them to counterattack at any range. It also gives you a bunch of renown as a reward. I guess that's so you can use all the benefits of the Ashen Wolves without having to worry about building up renown if you wanted to do it on a fresh save file. Alright, so, and then the journal here is where you interact with if you want to change things. So we can change our unit's attire. They have their war attire. We can wear an academy attire. This is unique for Boyleth. It looks like a Nazi. You can take the cape off though, but then it just looks silly. Mostly it's the hat I like. There's the volleyball uniform that is stupid and ugly and I hate it. The servant's attire, which is a spiffy suit for men and a maid's outfit for women. The custom version just adds a custom color to it. In Boyleth's case, it adds those red lines as an accent. Very spiffy. I wish it didn't have the rag though. And then there's the summer outfit, which is just this outfit in white. And the evening wear, which looks like a formal outfit. It looks a bit too stuffy. And then for 2 more outfits for Boyleth only, the Sothis Regalia. So, yeah, you can dress like Sothis. It looks very pretty. It looks better on the girls, if I'm being perfectly honest. It changes your hair color, so it makes the story a bit more weird. But it's an option. I like having it. It's the closest you'll ever get to playing as Sothis, or playing with Sothis. Although that's an odd way to phrase it. Lastly, we have the Dancer Ensemble. Since Boyleth can never unlock the Dancer class, they decided to add it in as an alternate outfit. And I think I'm gonna go with that, since Boyleth almost never gets to wear this. Alright, let's see. And then Byleth also has the option to wear an accessory, which is just glasses. Yeah, that's what he looks like with glasses. I think he just looks plain weird in them for some odd reason. Like, I don't know, it's just odd. And then you can choose what they'll wear into battle, their class attire or what they're wearing around the monastery. Alright, and then as for the other characters, since I'm on New Game Plus, I can choose the upgraded versions of each one as something to go with. Let's see here. Yeah, but I think I'm going to have everyone stick to their regular outfits and their class attire. So that way you can see what they look like in the new classes, especially since I'm going to be using them in the new classes. And yeah, we have the option to change everyone's attire for in battle or whatever. And then here is where you can unlock your professor level. I'm going to go ahead and boost it up to B+, because I didn't get to max it out. The Beagles don't really have that much time to max out the professor level, so they struggle a fair bit. It's honestly really sad. Anyway, adjutants. Now that we can assign adjutants, we get some benefits by putting someone as a supporting character for someone we're deploying. The adjutants can do one of three things. They can either assist with a follow-up attack, very occasionally. They can protect the unit from damage, very occasionally. Or they can heal the unit at the beginning of the turn, very occasionally. The assigned adjutant will also gain experience for their equipped weapon and just regular experience. That's honestly the much better benefit to adjutants. Like, the other things they can do are pretty much useless. They happen so infrequently. I've only seen a handful of follow-up attacks or anything like that, so yeah. Anyway, here's where we can go to unlock support levels. Since, you know, I did Beagles last time, I can pretty much do all of the Beagles. Very neat stuff. Let's see here, and then skill levels. So I can go into Byleth, go into swords, and I can get him up to an A rank, because I got him to A swords last time. And last time I played Byleth as an assassin, so I think he has a pretty good bow rank I could pick up. Oh, yeah, he does. But that is also a very handy feature if you want to skip right ahead to being able to use better weapons. And you'll notice for Dimitri, I can't increase anything because I didn't use Dimitri last time. I couldn't even recruit him. But the option exists just to tell me that I can't use it. And then I can unlock class abilities. So these are classes that I mastered in my last playthrough, and I can pay renown to have their class ability unlocked and mastered. Very handy. And I can do the same for Mercedes, because I recruited her. Very handy to recruit Mercedes into the Beagles. You get some extra stuffs.
So, these are the students' quarters. To better help you supervise them, you also have a room here. Your room is here at the end. Commoner students also reside on the first floor, while the second is primarily for students of noble birth. As a rule, we try to avoid discrimination based on social status here, but the nobility can be quite insistent when it comes to matters of propriety. Speaking of, it would be best for you to avoid improper conduct. I expect you to set a good example for the students.
So, since I just artificially inflated my professor level right now, I still only get the one exploration point, which is fine, because there's only one thing you can do anyway.
If you continue to insist on distracting me, I will have no choice but to get rid of you. Joking, of course.
He's not joking. Hubert is best boy.
I trust you're eager to face the Black Eagles in battle. Enjoy the thrill of anticipation while it lasts. Soon you'll wish you had chosen to lead our house instead.
I don't think so, Edelgard. Your house is my least favorite one. I don't like the Beagles.
So,
Okay.
Let's see here. Oh, look, Dedue and
His
Dimitri.
Highness has said that he trusts you, and I have no cause for doubt. But if you mistreat him in any way, I will take action.
All right, he's got a quest for
I have
us.
a request.
So he gave us his seed, and we get to plant
Here
it.
there will be a mock battle soon. We must not neglect our training. I trust that you will carefully study the strengths and weaknesses of each of your students, that you may provide effective guidance. Regardless of the results, this battle will be a great learning experience. Even so, what is the point of competition if the aim isn't to win? As this is your first time at the monastery, please allow me to show you the ropes.
Yeah, you can talk to your house leader to get some tutorials and stuff. I'm not gonna bother. I can just tell you all about it. Anyway, now that we have Dedue's very fertile seed, we can go plant it.
Hey, Teach. I hear there's gonna be a mock battle between the houses. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit concerned about facing an elite mercenary like you. Maybe take it easy on us. What do you say?
Oh yeah, sure, Claude.
Oh, Professor, have you adjusted to life at the academy yet? Me, I'm still not used to it. I'm not one for all this studying and training.
Oh, yeah, I figured as much, Hilda. You sound like a, spoiled noble girl. That's the best way to put it. Anyway, here is the flashy cutscene to show off the place that we've already been to, because for some odd reason, now we've discovered it.
Gerald's first and best apprentice. I can beat anyone, Professor. Even you if I have to. It may have been only for a short time, but I learned from the absolute best.
Now bring it on. Bring it on, Leonie.
I was just heading back to my room. Bye.
Bye? ...
I don't like to come out unless I really have to. Hope you're okay with that, Professor.
Wait, then what were you doing outside? I am so confused, Bernadetta. Makes sense.
Professor? Hey, Professor. If you got spare time, wanna join me for a trip into town? We could try to pick up beautiful girls. Or not. I'm kidding. Don't look at me like that.
And then
Professor, I've got a small favor to ask.
Sylvain's quest there is to unlock the one thing we can do today, which is have dinner with people. It's a very, very handy thing. I'll go more into it later. For now, here's the greenhouse where we can plant Dedue's seed, which is very fertile, and it'll give us lots and lots of growth. Oh look, there's Linthart too. Let's go ahead and chat to him.
The Great Tree Moon is the best time of the year for naps. I could just forget all about my assignment.
Oof. Now I'm sleeping too. Yeah, you basically want to play it like Persona. Pick the thing they want to hear, not the thing they should hear.
Oh, did you come to look at the plants too? The greenhouse here is really incredible. There are so many rare flowers I'd never seen back home, and herbs I never even knew existed.
You seem well informed on the
My
subject.
adoptive father is the real expert. He taught me everything I know about herbs, including how to tell them apart and how to make medicines. You should try looking around the greenhouse sometime if the mood strikes you. Maybe something will catch your eye.
Neat. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about Ash. Anyway, here is where we learned how to garden. So, with gardening, you pick out a bunch of seeds to plant, and then you can cultivate them. When you're able to plant more than one type of seed, then the combinations will produce various results and get you some additional items to go with what else they can give you. You can also fertilize them, I suppose that's the right word, using various, cultivate them using various methods that'll boost the amount of stuff you get. Very handy stuff. You can always infuse with magic for free, and that's generally what I just tend to do.
I'm a little busy.
Can't we just talk a little bit?
If you're looking for the greenhouse,
sorry.
it's right there. See it? Looks like a greenhouse. That's it.
Cyril would be great in customer service. Let's see, and then we got the fishing pond there with...
Goddess, I pray to thee. Please protect us.
with little Marianne. Oh, I feel so sorry for her. Or rather, she was a character I didn't expect I'd like, and then I ended up liking
Imperial
anyway.
Princess, the Crown Prince. If you're well...
Oh, right, I wasn't supposed to talk to you. Never mind, you weren't talking. I don't know who you are, Mr. Stranger Dude. Anyway, let's head up here next, and get our next quest.
Hello there, Professor. Well, I call you that, but I am afraid I am not a student here myself.
That's a shame.
Should the opportunity arise, I would love to become a student and begin my studies in earnest. The monastery is kind enough to provide a sanctuary for my brother and I. He's the only family I have. Might you help me with a favor?
Right, yeah, and then for Flame, she teaches us how to fish, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Fishing is pretty straightforward and pretty really boring. I don't like doing it. Anyway, you pick a bait, you cast your line, and then when a fish appears, you press A. And then you just have to time your button presses to overlap with the circle thingy. And that's it. Getting consecutive perfects in a row makes the fish much, much easier to catch. And your line will last longer based on your professor level.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, all neat and basic stuff. Oh look, we discovered the dining hall. It's not like I've already been running around in here. Anyway, one thing I actually like about the dancer outfit is male or female, the shoes are the same, and it makes...
I'm busy. Do you want something?
Yes, I was hoping to spar with you.
I can't right now, but let's fight soon. I look forward to beating you.
Sure, Mr. Edgelord, sure.
Ugh, I really need to eat. I can't hold out until the next meal. Why can't the dining hall stay open all the time? I need to keep eating if I want to get stronger.
Yeah, but then you'll just get fat if all you do is eat. Anyway, this is where you can invite people to dinner. Right now we can only invite the ladies, because it's Sylvain.
Today's dish was so good. Oh, but not as good as your homemade sweets, Mercy.
You're too kind. Maybe I'll bake some for you next time, Professor.
Oh, yeah, the two people you invite to dinner, they'll boost their support levels with Byleth and each other if they can support, and
Nice. I knew I could count on you.
then it also maxes out their motivation, which is used for instructions, which we'll get into later.
Here at the monastery, I have had many great learnings from many great people. I am hopeful to have learnings from you, too. As forever, I will do my best trying.
Yeah, Petra's an interesting character, since she doesn't speak English as a first language. It's like they're trying to run her stuff through a translator, and it's a very difficult balance to make her sound like she doesn't understand the language, but she's not stupid, because that's pretty much her in a nutshell.
Right.
She doesn't understand the language, or doesn't speak it well, but she's not stupid. Right, but as I was saying, the thing about the dancer shoes is that male or female, it'll be the same shoes that Byleth has on right now.
Hi, this is the Golden Deer House. You're in charge of a different house, right? Too bad we won't see more of each other. I'm happy to learn from you if the opportunity comes up.
Our house is that of the Golden Deer. Do you know the significance of that name, Professor? Golden deer are sacred creatures, said to have protected Leicester since time immemorial. All three of the houses have a meaning behind their name. You should feel free to ask around if that sort of knowledge interests you.
Yeah, and I do enjoy that they didn't put the dancer class in high heels, because it's only practical to not wear high heels.
Yes, it's true that I'm the only commoner in the Black Eagle house. I knew that before the first day of class. Those people are simply exhausting.
Yeah, sure, Dorothea, sure.
Before I came to the Officers' Academy, I attended a school of magic in the Kingdom Capital. That's where I met Annie. That's what I call Annette. Oh, I guess Lawrence was at the School of Magic too. But Annie was always just so nice to me, even though I was older. She's my best friend in the world.
Story. The Blue Lion House derived its name from the honorary title of the first king of Fargus. Lugh, the king of lions, wore brilliantly blue garments. His chivalric exploits are recorded in multiple legends. The library holds various historical accounts regarding him and the Blue Lions. If you find time, you should read them. They're filled with insights.
Something I just find off about Ingrid's voice, too. Not as bad as Mercedes, but she just sounds a bit too deep, if I'm being honest.
Do you know the provenance of our class name? The eagle. That refers to the twin-headed eagle on the Adrestian Empire's coat of arms. And black is the traditional color of the Empire's armor. Hence, black eagles.
Yeah, and like I said before about Ferdinand, you wouldn't be able to tell it from just talking to him, but he is a noble. It's not like he brings it up in every single conversation.
Hi, Professor. Have you gotten around to visiting the library yet? It's absolutely loaded with valuable information. I only wish I wasn't burdened with the necessity of sleep, so I could spend all my hours there.
You like reading?
In a manner, yes. But it's more that I want to learn as much as I possibly can.
Ooh.
Professor?
Yeah, Lysithea, I really like her. She is a neat girl. Very neat indeed.
Hello, Professor. I have a teeny tiny question for you, if that's all right. You haven't seen a man with hair the same color as mine, a scowling face, and a generally gloomy demeanor, have you?
Can't say that I have.
I suppose it was silly to ask. Sorry for wasting your time.
Indeed.
all right?
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. By the by, have you ever regretted a decision and wished you could go back and undo it? It's too bad there's no lesson for how to turn back the old clock, huh? But I suppose a bad decision isn't worth all that fuss anyhow.
Yeah, I suppose not. But it's a good thing we're in a video game, so we can just reset if we need to. Alrighty, and then back this way, we can head up towards the training ground to talk to those characters.
Yes.
Listen to this. Wow, Yuritsa sure seems strong. I kind of thought he was going to be the new professor assigned to our class. After that teacher ran away during our outdoor training, I figured Yuritsa was a natural replacement. I was surprised when you were suddenly appointed professor instead. I don't think I could hold my own against Yuritsa in battle. I could probably take you, though.
Not a chance.
You really think so? With enough training, I'm sure I'll beat you someday.
Alright, well, you keep trying, Caspar.
I care nothing of friendship. If you have no business here, leave.
Okie dokie then. Such a friendly guy. But yeah, Yuritsa just creeps me out. I'm surprised they allowed you to build up to an S support with him. Very, very strange indeed. What was I talking about? I feel like I was talking about something. I don't remember. I've been droning on a lot about the dancer shoes, but that's about it.
Do bear in mind that even as you are appraising your students, they are appraising you as well. I hope that you will do your best to form lasting bonds with your flock. Oh, and I look forward to witnessing your prowess in the mock battle.
I'm sure you do. I am sure you do. Ray is another creepy person, to be perfectly honest.
Church has changed a lot since my time. Sedith, Hanneman, Manuela, Yuritsa, and many of the knights. None of them were around 20 years ago.
Well, yeah, I think the 20 years ago explains why. Silly to do.
A mock battle? This early? Wow, Professor. They're not giving you any time to settle in, are they? Don't worry, though. Should you get injured, I will care for you all through your recuperation. I will see to you, oh so very, very personally.
Okay, then.
Captain Gerald has hardly changed since 20 years ago. I've aged at least 3 times as much as he has. Why am I talking about this? Oh, right. It was because I just overheard Tomas remarking on the subject. The leader of a legendary group of knights returned. People are bound to be talking about the old captain.
I'm sure they do. I mean, he is a looker.
Apparently, there is to be a mock battle between the houses. Interesting, but I hope you understand that I have far more important things on my mind. My research is proceeding slower than I would like. Your crest is something of a challenge. Frustrating, yet also quite intriguing. I was wondering if I might get a sample of your flesh. A couple square inches would do. No? Perhaps some blood? A couple of drops on the device are all I need.
Okay. I might as well assist by providing.
Thank you, Professor. Those few drops of blood are invaluable to my research. Oh, so much more to learn.
So much more indeed. Alright, and then what is over here? Oh, just Tomas again.
Professor, I hear you are lacking in knowledge of the Church of Seros. The library contains countless documents about the teaching and the history of the Church. I encourage you to make good use of them.
That's so.
Alrighty. Yeah, no, I don't want to read. I don't want it. No, no, no. You can't make me. You cannot make me. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh, right. Well, let's just go ahead and end this thing, for now, and move on to the mock battle.
Much appreciated.
Oh, Ferdinand. Yeah, he's a noble, but you wouldn't be able to tell. It's not like it's not like it's the only thing he brings up. Have I already told that joke? I don't know. I think I have. Anyway, since I'm on New Game Plus, I have the option to go to the armory and buy more items and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, so I could buy new weapons and other items for my characters, but it's not really something I plan on doing right away. Like, normally you wouldn't have access to an item shop this early on, and I think I'm gonna replicate that sort of feel with the with my current playthrough. So let's just jump right into the mock battle. I was going to read the description on there, but on my playback it's a bit too fuzzy, so that way it can actually play back properly. So I'm not going to do that.
It's finally time for the mock battle. I'm eager to put my skills to use. And you, Professor?
I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent. I have high expectations for your command. That said, I've no doubt it will take everything we've got to pull a victory. Our opponents are mighty, that much is certain. But I'm positive we can win.
Hey there. Did we miss our invite to this strategy meeting? No, no worries. We'll just join in now.
Nice try, Claude. But I do not intend to let slip our strategies. Especially when we are up against such strong opponents as you two.
Well now, kind words from His Kingliness. If that's the case, we'd better come up with some clever schemes so as not to disappoint. Right, Princess?
Right. No matter the tactics you devise, we will destroy you. The best you can hope for is to learn a thing or two.
There's nothing wrong with a friendly rivalry, but let's not get carried away. A rash attitude could be your undoing after all.
Perhaps your time would be better spent preparing instead of worrying about the competition's mindset.
Hey now, if you two were getting this fired up before the battle even starts, it'll make it that much easier for my class to sweep up a win. So please, carry on.
A good point, Claude. I apologize, that wasn't my intention. At any rate, let's vow to make this a productive battle, shall we?
I don't intend to lose.
Oh? In that case, I won't hold back.
Oh, how precious. Looks like you and the students have become fast friends.
While I am pleased that you are taking the initiative to acquaint yourself with the students, I'm afraid it's about time for the faculty strategy meeting.
Ah, how time flies. In that case, I'll see you later.
I look forward to assessing your abilities. I hope you don't disappoint.
I don't want to go to the faculty meeting. I didn't know I'd have to work playing this game. No, no. I do enough working at work. And then some. And it's horrible, and I hate it, and I don't want to. No, 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 no. Alright, yeah, and I teach you the basics of magic here. Anyway, we only get to bring a total of 5 units, and since Dimitri and Byleth are force deployed, that means we really only get to bring 3. I would recommend bringing some sort of combination of Dedu, Felix, Mercedes, and or Annette. Between those 4, they're the easily the best students you could bring along. Dedu gets +4 defense when he waits, so he's very handy for drawing out physical enemies. Mercedes is the only one who knows how to heal. She can't use any offensive magic, so she's a bit lacking. Annette is the only one in the Blue Lions who can use offensive magic, and it's always handy to have an offensive mage. And then, lastly, there's Felix. Felix will do +5 damage if he doesn't have a battalion assigned to him, or if he's not, or if the battalion's at 0 endurance. So Felix tends to deal a whole lot of damage in this early part of the game when you shouldn't have access to battalions. Now, as for adjutants, well, since they're pretty much only good for gaining experience, I should assign the adjutants that I feel like should be gaining a bit more experience. Not the only one of these that I intend to use long term that isn't already deployed is Ingrid, so let's go ahead and bring her along. And I guess for jits and jiggles, we can bring... Which one else? Who else should we bring? You know what? Let's just bring Felix as well. We can assign him to Byleth. Alright. Anyway, here is the map. Let's go ahead and put... let's go ahead and put Annette there, and Mercedes will do fine there. Oh yeah, Annette's also handy because she can rally strength for her teammates, so even if she can't use magic...
It's about time for the battle to begin. Our victory depends on your leadership. Do not let us down.
I'm sure you already understand, but the house that defeats the other two is declared the winner. Incidentally, I'll be overseeing this mock battle, so listen well if you want to win.
Alright, yeah, and if anyone gets KO'd in this match, or they won't stay permanently dead even in classic mode, so you can be a bit reckless, but make sure you don't lose Dimitri or Byleth because you get a game over. Anyway, what I was saying about Annette is that she can still do stuff by rallying strength for people, even if she can't use any more magic, because you can run out of spell uses. It's
None
very...
of your shallow tactics are required, Claude. Ignatz and I will dismantle the opposition.
Me? But I'm not ready.
Are you making light of our new professor? If you drop your guard, you're gonna get hurt.
Dorothea, will you head toward the front lines? I wish to draw the enemy toward us.
You got it, 80. Leave it to me.
Ferdinand, Hubert, if the enemy comes, stop them.
Leave it to us. Although I could do this on my own.
Clearly not, or Her Highness would not ask me to watch your back.
Ooh my. Good job, Mercedes. There we go. So let's go ahead and finish these people off. And that's gonna wind him down. And let's attack from here.
I've lost? Oh, unthinkable.
Oh, poor Lorenz.
Who's next?
Don't let it worry you too much.
I will get stronger yet.
Yeah, Lorenz is an odd character. He's good with magic and such, but I always find it difficult.
My. The new professor seems very capable.
But it's difficult to train him in magic because his starting magic rank means he doesn't begin with any spells. So that's something he has to work on before he can even use his good, or not good, but better magic stats. It's a very odd situation for him.
Quite helpful.
And I'm honestly not a big fan of it.
Well done, Teach. I may have to take this seriously after all.
Okay then, let's see. I want to feed the kill to do. It's not like I'm playing favorites. Not at all.
I've lost. The new professor is quite a commander.
Luck wasn't with you.
Anyway, now that we've taken care of the initial squad, we can have two options before us. We can go around this way and engage the Beagles next, but if we do that, then Claude and Hilda and the Golden Deer will assault us, so we'll have to take them on simultaneously. That can get very, very tricky, especially if you don't take out the Beagles quickly. I wouldn't recommend doing that, so instead we're going to head around the other way. We're going to swoop around and take out the Golden Deer first. That way we don't have to fight both of the remaining houses or the remaining enemies all at once.
Let's use the forest to set up an ambush. I'm counting on your support, everyone.
If they're waiting in the forest, we'd do well to take a detour.
Detours are very handy. One thing they don't cover in this part of the tutorial, although they might have in the magic tutorial at the very beginning of the map, is that magic isn't affected by terrain. So if I had Annette walk up and try to hit Claude or Hilda with a spell, then her magics or her hit rate wouldn't be affected by them being in a forest. She'd have the same hit rate as if they didn't have that forest there. It's very handy that magic can do that, but it's also very not something I would recommend doing because both Hilda and Claude can counterattack, and they would deal a lot of damage to Annette. Oh, why did I put Byleth there? Oh wait, I know I put Byleth there. Never mind. All according to plan.
Well, we're surrounded. All we can do is fight back with all our might.
Alright, so let's back up Byleth 1. Let's put Annette there to draw out Hilda. Yeah, once you get into their range like that, Hilda and Claude will wait one additional turn before they charge at you. Unfortunately, Annette's faster. You know, one thing that's going to make this post-commentary very difficult is that I can't really read this stuff on the screen very well. So sometimes I'm like checking enemy and unit attack speeds.
Ouch! Was that really necessary?
But I'm not really going to remember that very well.
That worked out.
I'm not going to remember very well that that's what I'm doing because of, well, yeah, because I just can't remember it that well. Ah, gotcha, Claude.
The better to serve his...
Alright, let's go ahead and heal up Annette. Wait, was that dangerous? That might have been dangerous. Let's see. Oh wait, I remember why I put her there. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna take her iron bow, and I'm gonna use it to finish off Claude. Almost finish off Claude. Oh boy. No, let's
Coming
go
up with
for it.
brilliant schemes I can handle, no problem. But I'm not much for fighting. Go easy on me. ... You know that was a joke, right?
Oh crap, I didn't mean to skip his dialogue. I've gotten so used to just skipping through all the dialogue because, well, I've been playing the game on my own as well, but I just skip everything. And I've actually discovered some neat things. Oh, hey, he healed. Sweet, we can feed the kill to anyone. Go to do. I'm not playing favorites. Anyway, what I found... Oh, wait, I should wait for this, because I don't want to get interrupted.
I suppose I've improved.
Ugh, I hate losing. I guess I'll just have to settle for cheering the others on.
Anyway, what I found is that you cannot skip conversations that will have a bigger impact on the story. So, there will be examples of that, and I'll point them out when we come to them. But it's a very neat discovery. It might be a good way to figure out, hey, this is where something impactful can happen if I make a different choice. And I intend to do one of those that I think most people won't do. Oh crap, she could have died there if you landed a critical hit. Hanuman is a very dangerous opponent in this mock battle because he has crit rate against pretty much everyone. Usually, I think. Does that say 0? Way to prove me wrong already, Hanuman. You're such a jerk. I don't like you. And yeah, I'm definitely not attacking with Mercedes again because I don't want to lose my healer. So let's go ahead and go up here and take him out with Boyleth, I think. Or maybe there's someone else that can do it. I would love to feed that kill to Mercedes because she's a bit low-leveled. Or under-leveled, I should say. While healers don't have to share their potential experience gains with other characters, it's still a bit tricky to level them up because they don't...
My goodness. The leadership of someone with actual battle experience is... well, I was as good as useless.
No hard
Well,
feelings.
it's tricky to keep her level up because she's not going to gain as much experience.
It's just not my day.
She's not going to gain as much experience from using a healing spell.
Hey, you didn't compliment me like that when my class won last year.
Seriously, Hanuman, you should be nicer to a lady. But, yeah, so healers generally are at an advantage when it comes to experience gains, because they don't have to share with anyone, so you don't have to feed them kills, but...
Flawless tactics, Professor. Our only choice in this situation is a head-on attack.
But it is worthwhile to try and feed healers kills too when you get a chance, because the experience gains from taking out an enemy is much higher than from taking out, or from just healing. Anyway, now that we've taken out the golden deer, the beagles are going to charge at us. And, well, all of them except Manuela. Let's go ahead and rally Mercedes' strength to deal as much damage on the counterattack against Hubert. And I think I've got one cast of wind left. We'll have to make it count. Let's heal up Annette and take advantage of Mercedes' personal skill, Live to Serve, which heals her whenever she heals someone. Very handy. Well, it's not a very handy skill. Normally, Mercedes isn't going to be taking damage if you're playing well, because she's just so squishy. But in this case, I made an exception. Ha! Alright. Ferdinand can be a bit tricky to deal with. When he's at full HP, his avoidance and his hit rate go up by 15% each. So he can be a tricky opponent to deal with while he's at full hit points. But once you've hit him once, he's a pushover. Well, a bit more of a pushover.
Here goes.
Let's see, Annette might be able to get that kill if I play my cards right. Let's see here. And Dimitri, you can take out Hubert.
The new professor is rather strong. I suppose I'll have to call it a day.
Is that all?
Alright. Now the tricky thing is, I don't want to put Annette or Mercedes in range of Edelgard. But fortunately, both of them can attack from a distance, so I can feed this kill to either of them without putting them in danger. I think I'm going to give it to Annette. She hasn't gained a level yet, and she can use Wind one more time.
Wind? I am the son of House Ire. How did I fail? I must need to train harder.
Yeah, Wind is one of the better offensive spells. Its might is really low, but it doesn't slow you down.
Aw, this stinks.
Well, it doesn't slow you down as much as other spells, so it's very, very handy. It's an odd concept that spells have weight, but spells have weight, so you want to keep that in mind when you're using them.
There can be no victory unless I defeat you. So be it.
Of course, what makes magic a lot more complicated in this game is that you can't, unlike in other games, you can't trade to change someone's equipment if their equipment is a spell, because you can't trade spells around. So,
Dimitri, it's time. We can finally settle the question of who's stronger.
Very well. I accept your challenge. With you as my opponent, I won't hold anything back.
I would expect no less.
So, for example, if I had Byleth attack with a bow, and then he was in range of someone who could attack him in close range, I could move another unit right next to him, and move an item other than the bow to the top of the equipment list. And then that would equip Byleth with the other weapon instead of the bow.
Another step forward.
Forced to retreat. Well, things will only get tougher from here on out.
But you can't do that with magic in this game because your characters can't trade spells. They're not equipped like traditional weapons. Well, they are and they aren't. It's a very weird thing. Anyway, I do actually like the way they handle magic in this game, but I also kind of don't. It makes it very broken. The magic uses obviously are going to reset at the beginning of each map. So Annette will be able to use Wind 4 more times or 6 more times the next time we go into a map. Yeah, Manuela is usually not too tricky since she's equipped with the basic white magic spell Nosferatu. Or is it Nosferatu? I don't know how to pronounce things. Anyway, so the Nosferatu spell is very weak. it doesn't deal that much damage. Its accuracy is low, and it weighs a bunch too. So generally, white magic is very poor as an offensive option. You generally want a mage to learn reason as well as faith if you want them to be pure mage.
Well done. I nearly wound up a patient in my own infirmary.
That worked out.
Yay, we did it! Yay!
All right, that's that. The winner of this mock battle is the Blue Lion House.
Yay!
This victory is the result of everyone's hard work. Thank you, my friends. You did well.
And I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, right. The MVP, based on who that is, they get maxed out motivation. Unless it's Violet, then everyone gets a little motivation. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call that an episode here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.